Corner guest has made it her quest to collect and tell the fascinating stories of feed sack fabrics. I'd like you to welcome Chris Model. Chris is a collector of these fabrics and has stories from the sacks. Welcome back to Sewing with Nancy, Chris.
Thank you very much.
You started collecting feed sacks to make quilts.
I did. I was a quilter, and about 20 years ago, reproduction fabrics from the 1930s were popular, and that led to the feed sacks, which were popular at that time. So that's how I started collecting.
What a beautiful quilt you made.
Thank you very much. I used some of the novelty and conversation prints that are very popular, and I just used a simple design to show off the fabrics.
So the source of fabrics that you used and that tell the stories from the sacks start with this flour sack.
Well, this is an interesting sack. It's from the Hillbilly Flour Mills in Texas, and its owner, W. Lee O'Daniel, ran for governor in 1938, and he thought, well, if he didn't become governor, he would sell a lot of flour. So he was used to promoting his flour on the radio. So he took his Hillbilly Boys band on the road and campaigned. The flour nut pork barrels were passed around by his children to collect donations. He did win the governorship and actually went on to become a senator from Texas.
A precious print, a lot of interesting stories.
It is, and we can date this one because of the 1938 campaign.
So it's history in flour sacks, interesting.
Right. Another interesting print is from the Percy Kent Bag Company, and they've called it Kent's Cloth of the United Nations. And it has some of the battles from World War II, some of the early UN nations. And we do know that it's after Pearl Harbor, but before D-Day, because there's no depiction of D-Day on here. My favorite happens to be the bad eggs in the frying pan, Hitler, Mussolini, and Emperor Hirohito. So, and you know, patriotism was very, very important in World War II. And this particular sack has the Morse code for victory.
Oh,
so it has the V's and then the dots and dash for victory.
How fascinating.
Isn't that fun?
It is.
Right. And it's also in the patriotic colors of red, white, and blue. Walt Disney was a great promoter, of course, and he was putting his license on toys and
way back
then for children. So one of the bag companies got the exclusive license to do the Disney designs on their feed sacks. I've turned this one around, but it has Walt Disney's Cinderella, Walt Disney Productions on it, and also Alice in Wonderland.
You know, we think of licensing as something that's kind of a new thing, but relatively, but it isn't.
No,
Feeds way back to feed sacks.
It's not. And then we have
the fabric is soft. You know,
the fabric is,
really.
And this was what they promoted it as being a finer percale than previous feed sack fabrics.
So they could be flour sack or feed sacks.
Probably flour sacks.
Sure.
The feed sack term is kind of encompasses flour sacks, sugar sacks.
About how much yardage is in a feed sack?
About 1.25 yards.
Okay.
They're 36 inches wide and generally 40 to 45 inches long.
Okay, so a good amount of yardage.
Right.
You have a little story there.
I do have a little story. This is the Biddy the cat from the Bemis Bag Company. Her owner brought her to the bag factory to control the mice. And she ended up becoming a symbol of that company. And so she is on a lot of their bags, and I've got one here with Biddy up in the corner.
Oh,
and this is a bag that they designed for quilters.
So here's
and the
Biddy.
blocks are already
hard
here.
To see, but there's a little.
Yeah, Biddy is sneaking out of the bag, and the owner thought that was great. It meant that he had nothing to hide by letting the cat out of the bag. One of the Bemis executives saw his grandmother's flower garden quilt and thought that would be a great design, put a label on and a booklet inside the sack explaining how to make a quilt top.
Chris, what wonderful examples, what great stories. Thank you for sharing them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you would like more information on Chris and her feed sacks, you can go to nancyzieman.com and click under Nancy's Corner. Also at nancyzieman.com, please watch 52 of the most recent Sewing with Nancy programs. Sign up for my blog or Facebook or social media. Thanks to Denise Abel for being my guest during this two-part series on stress-free machine quilting. Thanks you for joining me. Bye for now.
Nancy and Denise Abel have written a fully illustrated book entitled Stress-Free Quilting with Machine Embroidery that includes all the instructions from this two-part series plus free embroidery designs. It's $14.99 plus shipping and handling. To order the book, call 800-336-8373 or visit our website at sewingwithNancy.com/2718. Order item number BK2718, Stress-Free Quilting with Machine Embroidery. To pay by check or money order, call the number on the screen for details. Visit Nancy's website at nancyzieman.com to see additional episodes, Nancy's blog, and more. Sewing with Nancy, TV's longest-airing sewing and quilting program with Nancy Zieman, has been brought to you by Baby Lock, Madeira Threads, Koala Studios, Clover, Fuller Brush Vacuums, Amazing Designs, and Class A Needles. Closed captioning funding provided by Riley Blake Designs. Sewing with Nancy is a co-production of Nancy Zieman Productions and Wisconsin Public Television.
This Old House. Home improvements made easy. Next on Create. On Create, there's no shortage of picture-perfect plates.
Just like that.
Or the pros that prepare them.
Tell you what, that's good.
From easy meals
This is a perfect weeknight dish.
to recipe reboots. And the tastiest one-pot wonders for any occasion. Your favorite hosts serve up inspiration daily
Siniyasas.
on Create.
Hi, I'm Georgia Pellegrini, and you can watch my show Modern Pioneering right here on Create TV. On my show, we want to empower you to connect with food and the world around you in meaningful ways. Join me and my guests as we roll up our sleeves and show you the pioneering spirit that is alive and well, even in places you might not expect. So tune in and join me to experience truly modern pioneering, and don't forget your appetite.
The Farmer and the Foodie. Two friends with a passion for bringing food from farm to table. Follow Maggie and Lindsay on their adventures as they visit the farms,
Good pair of mules in front of you.
meet the farmers,
Going for the best flavor.
and create mouth-watering recipes from their locally sourced harvest. The Farmer and the Foodie. Farm to table delights on Create.
Join me on a journey where we will meet people who live, work and enjoy life right here in the far north.
Wow, look at this.
Stavanger is a very international city.
Yes, it is.
That's the unique thing with Norway. All the regions are so different.
Hello, welcome.
And I'm taking you to meet the fantastic people of the north.
Watch People of the North on Create. Can't get enough of Create TV? Welcome to CreateTV.com.
I am so excited.
Get more from your favorite Create hosts and shows
And then some.
at your home for how-to, CreateTV.com. Connect with creatives just like you on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and YouTube. And for even more Create, subscribe to our e-newsletter at CreateTV.com.
Stick around for This Old House. Next on Create. today on This Old House.
I'm working on an upgrade for the homeowner's new primary bath.
Then, as the locals say, I'm down the Cape to see our custom kitchen cabinets made.
And I'll show you how to make this kitchen cabinet go from this to this.
That's it.
Whether it's a work in progress, a labor of love, or all the ideas still to come, DIYing is about planning for surprises. Whatever you're working on, the Home Depot is here and there. The Home Depot, proud supporter of This Old House.
Renewal by Andersen is proud to support This Old House and Ask This Old House on public television because we believe that every home has a story worth preserving. Renewal by Andersen. To learn more, visit renewalbyandersen.com.
Hey there, I'm Kevin O'Connor and welcome back to This Old House and to our project here. This house was built in